Alright, so although Young Living has absolutely changed my life and the Seed to Seal product has helped me in so many ways, still taking a bit of medication and stuff, right? You know, the Ritalin. I have been medically tired for a long time. And the Ritalin finally, it's a cup of coffee. You know, it calms me down because I'm no longer struggling to keep moving. You know, I mean, wow. It doesn't do anything for my, well, no, I guess that's not fair. Ritalin slows me down, much like smoking, only not nearly as effective. But it slows me down, and so that helps. Everything that slows my brain down helps empower me to catch up to my brain. I knew the neurology of what I was doing. I knew when I had been informed of what all had happened and stuff, you know, I knew what that meant. And I knew this was Hail Mary. This was Hail Mary. You know, it literally couldn't get any worse. I was already resentful that I lived. You know, it literally couldn't get any worse. But hey, I had everything to gain, right? I was started with Lumosity. You know, I mean, I understood the neural remapping process, the strengthening of the pathways, the firing of the synapses. I mean, I understood, you know, and so I started with Lumosity. You know, and the batteries of cognitive testing I have gone through, very similar. You know, so hey, Lumosity, yeah. And I love ingenuity. I love things that further towards positive advancement. You know, anyway, and I knew the listen to the anxiety. I knew. No, I didn't know. I understood the type of challenges I was going to be facing. A little, sorta. You know, there's a massive difference between reading the recipe and eating the food. And I had only flipped past the recipe in books. I mean, it's not my lane. It's my field. It is my field, but it's not my lane. You know, but I also knew it was Hail Mary and I had nothing to lose, so let's do this. If we're going to go, let's go. You know, and I came out of the gates charging hard. You know, not only did I refuse to be, from the moment I opened my eyes, that I refused to be manipulated, or tricked, or whatever, you know. I'm sure there was no maliciousness in it. But you know what? Facts are facts, and anything else is miscellaneous. And whatever lie detector I may have been, at least when I'm operationally functioning, when little Amber is in the talk, even days out of my coma, I knew enough to know I knew enough to reserve judgment. And then everything from there was the pick and choose of the memories of my life, of the emotional association. Well, actually, no, I really have no emotional association. No, let me rephrase. I have considerably reduced emotional association to my life before. And considering there really wasn't that much positive, happy in it before, contrasting. Yeah. My friends and family, that I have faith we will rejoin. My friends and family have been my only loss. You know, and the rest of it I got. You know, one way or another, I got it. You know, I mean, I believe that a large part of my forced humility is the burden of my anxiety. Because I realize I'm playing with fire. I realize the only time this type of stuff has been applied has been catastrophic military instances. I understand that. Which is why I must step back at soonest possibility. Because this is not about me. Nazism was not about Hitler, it was about the Jews. Socialism was not about power and government it was about fucking vanguardism and the oppression that came with it. Socialism was never even given a shot. Vanguardism shot it in the foot before he could stand up. You know, and the Kim regime, wow, that's 3 times the issues right there. I'm just going to stand on the fact that the Kim regime is still standing. You know, I know this has never been done at peace before, but that's why it'll work. You know, Blitzkrieg, you know, just Blitzkrieg this bitch, first off. You know, secondly, because even if people see, even if we tell them even if we call the shots, they don't believe it. Trust me, I've been doing it for a year. They just don't yet know what they've done. It's not for me. It's not for lack of warning it. It's not for lack of my trying. That's the quicksand part of it. Because the more I offer help, the better the movement looks. The more you refuse my help, you're digging your ditch. You know, I mean, you're digging your own hole. And that is the Hitchcockian fatal funnel charged with the RCMP, because I am sad to say the best of America's values are Canadian. I was watching some ice tow truck thing on Netflix last night, right? And as an American, I was given renewed hope in my own culture. And I was glad that we had Canada to look to, for example. I'm not saying, hey, take what fits. Take what fits, leave the rest on the table. You know, but when we pridefully balance on the top of a spear shoved up our ass because we've climbed up it, we're all there arrogantly balancing and shit, that means that we have nobody to look to because of our pride. If we go, okay, yeah, you know, I might be really, really good at this, but you know what? You're really pretty good at that. Let me learn from you. Hey, maybe let's work together. Oh my God, now we've gotten to the actual true intention of politics. Now we're suddenly actually really doing what the founding fathers have intended, and manipulation has perverted. Yeah, you know how we're always feeling like, yeah, you know how you can tell a politician's lying? Their mouth's moving. I mean, we've always had that, yeah, it's because of all of the tips and tricks I'm teaching to anyone that will listen right now. It's because this is what you're being used, what's being used against you to manipulate you. And sold it as popular. The devil's greatest trick was making mankind doubt, making humans, no judgment, no labels, making humans doubt it even existed. Wow. All I'm going to say is that notice on the path we're on, the amount of destruction, the amount of polarization, the amount of pain, the amount of unhappiness. Then go back and maybe look at the psychology studies of Bowling Green stands out in my head for some reason, or Robert Bowling. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I remember doing the homework and the reading for like one of these research things, right? And it absolutely showed direct correlation between capitalistic economic development and opposite correlation with happiness. The more capitalistically, which, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling sort of represents more capitalist sins than capitalism. Canada's capitalist too. Just saying. So expression of capitalist sin directly correlates to plummeting happiness. People move closer to the city for jobs, their happiness goes down. Don't just look at within the United States, look at cross-culturally. Look at African tribes that survive off what they got kind of thing, that are so much, much happier than us. I'm sorry, but who's making out on that deal? Because, now that I think it's Bhutan that installed the gross national happiness or something like that, I mean, instead of killing ourselves, fighting for answers, maybe we should figure out what the question is. The astronaut, think for 9 seconds, act for 1. Figure out what the question is. Because we're dying. And I don't know about you, but veterans choosing to die 20 times faster than at war, 9,000 veterans a year dead because of our lazy social apathy and inability to see beyond our selfish immediate bubble, even with some of the best of us. Even with some of the best of us. Even with people I love and hold dear. Because we've been convinced that's what it takes to survive. But what kind of life is that? I mean, I absolutely love the idea of a tiny home nation. I love the idea of establishing a water condo, water hotel, water recovery center, water, I mean, each deck or whatever, each quadrant could have a different purpose, but people check in, check out, you have your passport, you you pay for your daily rate of a package, same as you would like whatever, right? And participate in medical recovery, mental health recovery. Congratulations on your new baby training. Let's teach you how to be a good parent. While you have, like, hands-on support and you get to relax and have a vacation with mommy being pampered. Let's actually just start to, we're running out of land. We're okay, and 3/4 of the planet's water, so and we are 70% water, which is the theory behind the psychological fact that when humans look at large bodies of water, we feel significantly calmer. Our anxiety drops, our neurochemicals level off. So maybe let's start taking more advantage of that. Let's start enjoying the fact that America's economic evolution has been an intellectual one. We can do most of our jobs telecommuting from damn near anywhere. We can do it any time of day. And you know what? We can make a whole hell of a lot more with a whole hell of a lot less. And don't really know if it's possible, but I was laying there this morning thinking, if we were to build really, really huge, whatever the two boat things are, where they cross over, right? This could be like a pint-sized cruise ship and a pint-sized cruise ship with, a platform in the middle, which would offer more stability within the structure itself as it moves. And these could be like parks, like structured parks in between these two water condo structures, right? But then you can always, safety's first, right? You could set charges on these like 2-3 levels or whatever, right? So that oh shit, each ship for itself, blow the charges, drop the gardens and the parks in the water. If you're weathering a storm, everybody needs to be in their bunks, in their quarters anyway. So loving I love the idea of being able to, use electric power, use solar power to be able to power the initial engines up front, and then maybe use hydropower because we're already creating that much energy. Let's at least recover some of our costs. Use hydropower to bring it back in, get full use out of it. I'd really like to explore this next level opportunity of psychosocial economic evolution. Let's lead the way, and let's make lots of money doing it while helping lots of people to be very happy. It's a win-win-win. And I've already got it figured out how reality TV could, pay for a significant amount of this stuff. Because remember, reality TV, highest return on investment, lowest production costs, and, it's the wave. And I'm supporting that. But if that's the wave anyway, then we need to leverage it into our favor, because come on. Reality TV is PSYOP. You know, do you actually think that there's not a producer back there picking fights? Do you actually think there's not somebody going, oh my God, if I get more attention this way, then I can use it as a springboard for my career after? You know, I mean, come on, really? How naive are you? And if that's the escapism you enjoy, good luck with that. You know, otherwise, there's a lot of opportunity for inspiration, healing, hope. But you see, the thing is that by delivering hope like this, it is up to you to receive the hope or not. You know, so, and then having these veterans, these master instructor veterans that I've trained in Thailand to be the ones that the primary actors, function, service, whatever, on these ships. So you've got highly skilled, highly qualified, highly seasoned, highly trained, highly recovered, highly motivational and highly inspirational individuals to help empower those with enough money to want to allow a veteran community to earn it. While on reality TV, while using product placement and product marketing, while, you know, the sponsorship, the blah, 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 blah. You know, I mean, we're talking, whoa. Because now that I'm drawing all these pieces together and I'm kind of breaking it down and explaining it to a more individually relatable American cultural understanding, I think a few more people are starting to understand a little bit more. Happy hunting.